Hi, this is James Caleb Collins, and this is my presentation on the human security in Alaska communities. So, what is human security? Human security is the understanding of global vulnerabilities whose proponents challenge the traditional notion of national security by arguing that the proper referent for security should be at the human rather than national level, so it should be individually focused. Next, if this works, it's human security is broken down into 7 categories. We have the economic security, which is like unemployment. Then we have food security, which focuses on like hunger and food prices. And then we have political security, which is like human rights. Personal security is like physical violence between people. Personal security is, oh, excuse me. That was, excuse me, personal security was the violence. And then we have environmental security, which is natural disasters. And then health security would be like malnutrition and health concerns. So we have 5 major communities in Alaska. We have the Aleutians, the northern Eskimos, the southern Eskimos, interior Indians, and the southeast coastal Indians. All right. And so the first ones we have are, or is, the Aleut community. So they hunt for caribou and fish for salmon. It's a decreasing population because it's overfishing and the hunting. So 13% of communities are food insecure in Alaska. So in like the Aleut community or any native community, they fish 295 pounds per person per year, which on average in like Anchorage or Fairbanks is 22 pounds per person in urban areas because they can go to the grocery store. They're geographically located to have like fish for caribou, so it's food security is an issue with the Aleut community, and it's actually going to be a common goal with most of them is food security. So the northern Eskimos, it's the far northern area of Alaska on the Arctic Ocean. Their culture is dictated by the cold climate, so they hunt for seals, whales, and caribou and walrus. Environmental security and political security is an issue because of the rising temperatures. It correlates into the impact on the wildlife, and they have kind of developed a self-governing society to help, them through the situations where it's. I mean, the climate's changing, so they've developed a self-governing society. And then we have southern Eskimos, which they hunt for whales and other waterfowl for food. They it's hurt them the commercialized fishing has decreased the supplies, so they can't really have access to like they used to. So it's just again food security. And then they migrate until the winter and they stockpile the food because they're in such an area where it gets so brutally cold and with the climate, so they have to move around. So again, it's the food security with them as well. And you have interior Indians. So they settle in rivers and forests. They also encounter intense weather. They also save food for the winter. Health security is a role because when they do happen, because they're so isolated, if famine were to hit, it can like deplete their whole food supplies. And they have become nomadic because of the environment, because where they usually are, it's not, they just can't live where they used to because of the environment's changing so much. And then the Tinglet and the Haida, excuse my how I pronounce it. They're also known as a hardy people because they like climb the mountains and all that cool stuff. They're prone to an array of natural disasters like blizzards and avalanches. So that's kind of fits into environmental security for me. They've also had the encounter of overfishing and like with whales because it's the well trade. Daisy, excuse, sorry, cat. So yeah, they've also encountered the issues. So in conclusion, the human security approach is a comprehensive methodology that is allow for a broad perspective on the challenges that people and governments face. So the common securities between these were food and environmental security. It affects a lot of these different Native Alaskan communities. It's overfishing and the environment's changing, so it could be caused by climate change. Um, I I guess I can do more research into it, but I know that the food and environmental security was very in all of the